We welcome in, of course, Nick Childress at this time each and every Wednesday for private gym training. Get Fit with Nick. Good morning, Nick.
Good morning, guys. Now, whose donut is that over there?
That was brought in by Mr. Bobby Rader down the hall, who was buying breakfast for everybody this morning.
Yes, he is.
And I just kind of brought it in and left it sitting for the moment. It wasn't because of you, Nick. I tell you.
Notice who noticed that initially and immediately was Nick Childress, of course.
It's pretty hard to miss, I guess, over there.
Yeah, it's a chocolate glaze, so it catches your eye across the room.
We could put and I did this one time, we could put it over the video camera lens and have our donut cam.
There you go.
I did that one time on a video shoot when I went to Krispy Kreme and spent some time there. We had the exclusive donut cam, but that's another story.
Bite after bite, it disappears.
There you go.
What you got for us this morning, Nick?
Well, last week I talked about muscular adaptation and different ways that you can grow the muscle, and I want to say a little bit more on that before I move on to how your metabolism changes.
Okay.
Last week we talked about how every skeletal muscle you have is composed of fast twitch and slow twitch muscle fibers in different ratios, and how you can target those differently to get maximum growth or the type of growth that you want.
Yeah, that's fascinating. Yep.
And we also talked about how the tempo that you move a weight at, as well as the weight that you work at and the number of repetitions that you do, can all affect your training outcomes. But primarily, most people have a specific goal when they want to work out, and even if your goal is weight loss, you still have to have a specific goal of mass building when you lift weights. And the reason for that is most weight loss is sustainable and occurs because you build lean muscle mass.
Okay.
And if you don't build lean muscle mass, then you just get really small and you never look firm and toned, which is what most people want when they want to really get in shape.
Right.
If you just want to lose, some extra pounds, that's something different. But one of the primary goals, even when you're losing extra pounds, if you're obese, you're wanting to lose 50 pounds or more, then you want to retain as much lean muscle mass as you have. And if you're bigger, you already have more lean muscle than the average person without working out.
Just because of the size of the individual.
Yeah, and your body has to be able to move that weight around. So one of the primary goals is to keep as much of that lean muscle, if not build a little bit more. And one of the ways we do that is resistance training. And the second way we do that is you eat a boatload of protein. Now, you have to do both. You can't do one or the other. And sometimes, when clients get brought on board, they're a little shocked at how much protein you have to eat. It could be 1 to 2 pounds of protein, depending on your size
per day
of lean meat. Yeah.
Wow.
And the reason for that is your body has to have that protein in order to repair the muscle damage and keep it around. Otherwise, it's going to see that muscle as expendable.
Basically, I'm sorry.
I was just going to ask, what about protein supplements, which people can
They're good. You got to make sure you got a good one. Some of them are filled with sugar. Some of them use incomplete proteins, and some of them just have a lot of filler in them.
Okay.
So
do your homework.
Yeah, and I on my site, and I recommend my clients specific brands and that sort of thing that have been well trusted in the industry, because recently there have been some scandals, so to speak, about some of the supplement companies where they weren't really providing what they said they were providing, and I stick with ones that didn't fall into that category.
Good, sure.
But back to muscular adaptation, which is, so even if you're just goal is weight loss, you still need to have a specific goal when it comes to muscle building. And there's basically 3 that we look at: power, strength, endurance. And the reason we differentiate those is because how you build each changes. If you want power, which is a fast, strong movement, think of like powerlifting and that sort of thing, you want to work with heavy weight and low reps, and low reps can be anywhere between 1 to 6 repetitions. So you're going to max out. That's very fatiguing, and the way that works is mostly by training the central nervous system.
Really?
Yeah. So you can actually get a lot of strength adaptations without having to build a lot of mass. And the way it works is every muscle you have is made of thousands of muscle fibers, and those muscle fibers are controlled by neurons. The adaptations occur by making those neurons fire faster and more frequently and more at the same time. So you've already got the muscle, your central nervous system just doesn't know how to use it effectively. And part of power training is training that central nervous system to do it.
to basically speed up the machine a little bit to take care of what your goal is going to be.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
you put the
okay.
gas on.
Yeah, as it were. there,
But you
too.
say only 1 to 6 reps usually or so.
Yeah. However, you would do multiple sets.
Right, okay.
Anywhere between 1 and 5 sets.
Resting
Yeah.
a little bit in
Sure.
between.
Yeah, but you want to use enough weight to where you can't do another rep after, say, 5 or 6, and you can even go lower than that.
Is this why you see football linemen? Do they do this sort of thing generally? Do you suppose? Or-
Pretty much all athletes will rotate through these different types of
Oh,
training,
okay.
and the reason is because if you only do one,
You're out of
not
it.
getting everything that you need.
You're not a well-rounded individual. You're a well-lumped individual.
Yeah, and everything in fitness, you get the most bang for your buck by hitting your weak spots. Even if it's not directly what you want to accomplish, you get so much out of it for the time put in that it helps everything else.
Fascinating indeed. We will continue the conversation as we move forward next week, too, with Nick Childress. Fascinating information. Get Fit with Nick is the name of the show, and tell our listeners, if you will, how to get in touch with you and to find out more about the information side, too.
Yeah, I'm at privategymtraining.com. Phone number is 430-8089. That's 430-8089. And I have a private gym, so it's one client at a time. There's nobody else, no fighting for equipment, total privacy. And if that's the kind of environment that you want to work out in and lose weight in, and I'm a weight loss specialist, then definitely give me a call.
And the website.
Privategymtraining.com.
Easy enough to remember. Very good. Nick, always a pleasure. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank you, guys.